Hi guys, welcome to Balls Lit Gaming. We are back again for episode
Four?
four.
Yeah, four.
Yeah, four. Back again for episode four. Jesus, didn't even think we'd get as far as episode four. It is late again. We are well aware. We are going to get better at this. We're going to set a day that we record this and put it up. Basically, we're going to be unwavering and just make sure that we have it done on a certain day, and then it gives me time to edit and record it. But yeah, it's been well. It hasn't felt as long this time because the last one was so late. That this one's kind of come around a lot faster.
Not faster.
Um, yeah, but yeah, I'm Lee, and welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Got a good couple of things to talk about here since we last
Yeah,
spoke.
so I know the last time that was I think we were talking about where we're going to go and talk about games that we didn't like, but we're going to actually do that the next one because we've got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. And we didn't want to because if we leave it too long, then it kind of drops out of the news or it kind of becomes irrelevant, So we want to try and keep this as relevant as possible. So before we sort of kick off, yeah, what have you been up to?
Not a big
What have you
lot.
been playing?
Same as before, working, playing games, playing a lot of WoW. But well, may as well talk about the charity stream that me and you done.
Yeah, so as we were talking about the last time, me and you have done a charity stream there. Was it last
Last
weekend?
Friday, yeah, last Friday.
Last Friday. Last Friday we done 24-hour charity stream playing Halo. Um, Basically starting from Halo 1, playing as many as possible that we could on that particular 24 hours. We ended up playing four of them.
Finishing four as well, not just
We finished four, yeah. We finished four literally, what was it, like half an hour before
half an hour
we,
to spur, yeah. Then I got
yeah, with
tagged on a
half an hour.
1v1.
Yeah, and then you got tanked in a 1v1. But sure, we'll not bring that up. We'll not embarrass you, Yaf. Because I'll not bring up the score 25-4 or whatever it was, but
I let you
um
win.
it's because you suck a controller. I get it. You're not a console player. But yeah, so we done the 24 hours. We made it. Didn't think Yaf would make it.
Nope.
Considering from the first hour Yaf was already tired.
It was hard from the start. I thought the first 13 hours was I was not gonna like. I actually found the last 7 hours easier than the first 15.
See, I
Crazy.
was the other way. I was so pumped. I was like, let's do this, let's get into this. And see, the last 5-6 hours, I thought it was horrendous. I was really starting to struggle. You probably, if you actually watched the stream, or if you did watch the stream, you'd probably notice I got a lot quieter.
Yeah.
I kind of just wanted it to be over at that stage. I just got so tired. But we pushed through and we made it. We completed Halo 4, 1 to 4, which I didn't think would get that far into the Halo series.
Oh.
So we're going to make a point of playing Halo 5 together. Because Yaf, the first thing is, what did you think of Halo? Playing it through to 1 to 4?
Was good. Like I said, I've played the first one the years when it first came out, but obviously I can't really remember it. So the story's pretty
Yeah.
good. Um, Obviously I played it in the old graphics just for nostalgia. Lee played it in new graphics, and to be fair, some of the cutscenes was absolutely horrendous. But
Yeah.
I got past it, so no, I thought it was a very good series. I'm looking forward to playing the fifth one whenever we can tolerate a bit more Halo, since
Yeah.
playing like 24
We're
hours of
kind
it.
of. Yeah, we're kind of a wee bit Haloed out. Because to be fair, we probably could just jump straight into Halo 5. But after playing it for 24 hours straight, I'm a wee bit like, I need a wee break from Halo. But, considering the week before we were talking, or a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about our favorite games, and I said Halo was one of my favorite series. So it was good to actually see Yaf play them, and for me to revisit them. Like what they've done to Halo 2, like the cutscenes and all in Halo 2 look phenomenal.
Yeah, definitely.
Like they've done some amazing work with that game, so they have. And Halo 2 was my favorite. I really actually enjoyed Halo 4 the second time around. Like the first time I played it, I was kind of meh, but I did actually enjoy it the second time around. You really liked Halo 4?
I did. That was the Cortana one, wasn't it?
Yeah, the one, yeah,
Pretty
without
solely
any
around. Yeah,
yeah, by trying to like where she was all fucked up and all, and
yeah.
you fought the
Well, that was the first
the
343 one, wasn't it?
yeah,
I actually really enjoyed. I
yeah,
think that was my favorite one. To be honest, I
yeah,
like
you
that one.
really liked Halo 4. It was with the weird fucking Forerunner guy, and it had all those like ghost, or well, the dogs, the fucking, I can't remember what they're called.
It was
The
good.
like Yeah, I actually enjoyed it the second time around, I have to say, compared to the first. But it maybe helped that I was playing with someone else as well. But yeah, no, we had a good time. But the main thing, we raised quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Kind of shocked how much money we raised. So um, we had set a target for 250 each, so 500 in total. And by our last count, I think we had broke £1,000.
Yep.
Yeah, £1,000, over £1,000. I can't remember the exact number, but over £1,000, and that was just
Yeah.
it. I couldn't believe like how much money we raised.
Definitely.
It was ridiculous.
I think by the time we ended the stream, we were just above 900, and then obviously over the last week we've had a couple of donations just late, and
Yeah,
and
yeah,
popped us over that £1,000 mark, which is amazing.
yeah, unbelievable, and doing it for Macmillan as well, cancer support. During this time, I think it was just it was a nice thing to do, and it was worth it. Like I don't regret doing that stream as long it was hard, but seeing £1,000 raised for a charity, like it made it worth it. You know what I mean? It was phenomenal. I can't thank everyone enough. So anyone that is watching this and stuff, thank you. We did thank everyone at the end of the stream and stuff as well, and was thanking as we went along, making sure to point out people's donations and things like that. So yeah, unbelievable. So we did that, and then since then we've kind of been playing a lot of games together. To be fair,
Yeah. Obviously moving on to a game. Did we play before the charity stream? Was Streets of Rage? After?
After
Was it after?
I think it was
Yeah.
because Streets of Rage came out there this week, did it not?
No, it was last week. All days are more
Oh,
than
maybe.
one.
Yeah, to be honest, I think everyone's the same. I think everyone knows that every day is just rolling into one. Streets of Rage, yeah, Streets of Rage 4. I loved that series when it first came out on the
Same
Sega.
here.
Like phenomenal. I love Streets of Rage. Like it's class, and the fact that we were actually talking about this a good few months ago, me and Yaf, about Streets of Rage, and then we found out that they were making Streets of Rage 4, and I was quite pumped about it. So we both and the glory that is Xbox Game Pass, you get to just play it. So we both downloaded it and played it in co-op. Completed it in a few hours.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I thought it was brilliant. It was actually really, really good. I think me and you, that's the first time I've had like that much fun on a game in a long time. Like,
yeah, it was good crack. Like it was. I thought it was a really good. Like they didn't take the Streets of Rage series and just try to make it a game now. They took basically the essence of Streets of Rage, tweaked the graphics, made them a bit nicer to look at, sort of give them a wee revamp, but it just felt like you were playing the original series as well. Like they didn't change it, and it was brilliant. I thought it was really good.
Yes, like some things obviously when they're talking about remasters or like reskins and things like that, there's some things obviously the gameplay and stuff needs to be updated on it, but a game like Streets of Rage doesn't. It just needs to keep the core essence of gameplay, bump those graphics up, and it's sweet. Like definitely done a really good job. I can't even remember the studio that done it, but they were fantastic job.
No, I can't even remember. But they done a phenomenal job. They really did do a phenomenal job. I really hope they make more, because I would have absolute blast playing more of that. We had just a laugh playing it. Like even though it was short, we completed it in like 4 hours, maybe not even.
Yeah.
But I had such a blast. I thought it was brilliant. It was such good crack. And it would be one of those games I wouldn't mind picking up again.
Yeah, definitely.
And playing again.
Yeah.
It has a good replayable factor to it.
Yeah, there's a couple of other modes and stuff as well, so it's not just a go for it once and then there's modes and all.
There was like a versus mode and all, so you can fight each other, so you can have like a fucking Street Fighter-esque sort of fights and stuff. So they did do more than just make a story and stuff to it, but it was very, very good. I enjoyed it a lot. And hopefully they make some more. I think based on the feedback, because I think that it got very, very good reviews and stuff. I think that they'd be silly not to.
Yeah, or bring out like maybe a DLC pack or something for it. Wouldn't mind spend a couple of quid on that. It's actually a good game.
Well, Well, if it would probably just go on Game Pass.
Yeah,
Xbox love giving good games for free. Well, not free, but for a pretty low monthly cost. Um, we also we've been playing quite a few different games this week. As he says, we've been playing WoW and stuff, but we picked up another one. Yaf sort of pointed this one out to me. That we think it's been around a while.
yeah.
It's just kind of only gaining some sort of traction now, but it's called The Cycle. I don't. I'll let you try and explain it.
It's sort of like a PvP battle royale, uh, PvP, PvE battle royale,
WXYZ.
WXYZ type game. So it's quite it's hard to explain, but basically it's like, you spawn in, you die, you get another life. Once you're dead, that's you done, right? But obviously you go collect objectives around the map, so it's got a very big PvE aspect to it. You collect in sort of like different materials, things like that. And obviously, depending on how many materials you get points, and obviously the highest point wins. And then like extract out at the end, you get the full amount that you done, or else if you die, you get like half it or something. But there is like a name for it, but it's like a big long like PvP, PvE, ARPs.
Yeah, it's unusual. It's a very unusual take on this sort of, because at the minute we've got a real big battle royale type phase where every sort of person under the sun is making a battle royale style game. It's on the Epic Game Store for free, so if anyone wants to pick it up, they can. Sponsor us. The Yeah, it kind of like the style of it reminds me of Fortnite. The way it looks really reminds me of
I
Fortnite.
think they borrowed a lot of
Um,
like sort of packs from them, texture packs
yeah,
and like sort of, I can't remember the name of that. You probably know it, like skins and like sort of
yeah. It's basically the texture and the skins and
models that look. Because I think even
the
the
models
sort of
and
the
stuff.
same,
It's
yeah.
yeah. They've clearly taken a lot from Fortnite stuff, but they basically have made a game where, as Yav says, you spawn in with a pistol. It's not like a normal battle royale where you don't have any weapons. You actually have a weapon at the start, and you go around different objectives. So there's like drilling ones and
Gas
like
extraction.
gas extractions, and you have to go kill like these particular type of creatures and stuff. So there's a lot of like fighting AI, and then you could randomly come across another team, but you're kind of competing against the other team to get more resources. Um,
You
so
also
it's like they've taken a lot of different games and kind of put it into one. There's a lot of different things that kind of is like, oh, that's from something else and that's from something else.
Yeah,
Um,
because you also have to collect rep with three different
yeah,
factions, and then obviously that means, well, depending on what faction you level first, you get different guns and gear that you can craft out of it. Because obviously, whatever you take out of the game, you have to craft. The
yeah, and
materials.
that
So
kind of that aspect is what reminded me of Tarkov. That whole like having your rep, because you had the different buyers, didn't you, and
yeah,
the different sellers and stuff. You had to build rep with them, and then it unlocked different types of weapons and different things. So that is kind of like Tarkov-y, but then there's like this whole BR style to it, and then there's like kind of like a No Man's Sky kind of
the way you farm the
the way you
gas and stuff.
farm
Yeah,
things and stuff. It's very unusual, but have to say it's not that bad.
I have a bit of
I
criticism.
You have criticism. I have criticism. The main criticism I have, and I kind of had this starting because I played it at the start, before Yafa played it, and I was playing it alone. It's not that fun playing alone, for one, and the second thing is that I don't know how long it would be interesting for. It kind of feels very samey.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like, see, I was just playing a couple of times on my own, just in between, waiting for other people when I was on WoW, just in between playing it, and it was horrendous on your own. You have like the one guy who obviously sits and plays it flat out against a load of people who don't really, and he's just going around just mashing everybody, and it's just not fun because obviously he's got all the upgraded weapons, you don't. So to be good at it, you kind of have to put a lot of time into it because obviously then all the
Yep.
I don't think any of the spawn points are random. I think it's all the same. So wherever you spawn, then obviously if you play the map more, you know where all the resources and all is. So you
Yeah.
need to play it, but it's fun in a group. It's good cracking a group on your own sucks.
It is one of those things as well, is because, as he says, the more you play it, the more resources you get, the more crafting you can do. So people that have been playing it from the start, are already at an advantage because they'll have had a much larger weapons. The thing is that what you have to do then is to get into the map and harvest things really quickly so that you gain money. So then that you can basically call down like a drop of a weapon. You know, you buy them the weapons, you don't find them. That's the one difference it would have against the BR is that you buy the weapons based on how well you're harvesting things or completing like sort of objectives. But if someone who's played the game a long time has like the best weapon in the game, knows exactly where to go, harvests loads of things really quickly, they're probably going to win that.
Yeah, because I was like people had machine guns in the first sort of like 2 minutes, whereas I went getting the machine gun for maybe 10 minutes. You know, it depends on when you kill the monsters, you get the gold. Like a machine gun for one of the first tiers is like 200 gold.
200, yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously it takes a long time for one person, you know, so obviously they know all the spots, because obviously there's wee crates where you can get money out of too.
Yeah.
But all in all, like, I mean, kind of solid game if they work on it.
Yeah.
But they might have to bring some new stuff out quite frequently with it. Maybe change the
Well,
seasons
it's already... That's the thing, is it's been out a while, but it's only kind of getting sort of a build of traction and stuff now. They're already on season 2 on it, which I thought was quite mad.
Yeah. I just think because
considering it hasn't been out that long.
I think it's because people are piss bored of Fortnite. I think people look forward to in Fortnite is gigs and those concerts that come into it now. Apart from that, it doesn't normally.
Oh yeah, because they did a big. They did a big, was it Travis Scott or whatever, the rapper? They done a big, massive one of him. I actually watched that. That looked class. Like, that's the one thing they do really well, is those big fucking events are fantastic. That's the one thing I would give them. Like, they're really good at marketing that game. But still a shit game. Yeah. But yeah, the cycle, yeah, it's one that was kind of, I think we'll probably play it a bit more and stuff. So as things get out of it and all, we will probably talk about it, you know, if anything changes or our opinion changes or anything. So we'll keep you up to date with that one. Yeah, that's kind of, isn't that really all we've been playing?
Pretty much, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, but just getting same on that, leveling characters, getting geared, nothing too extreme.
Yeah, I'm like nearly level 80 now. Woohoo! First time I'm getting up into the big numbers. Yeah, so games news. Now that this is the reason that we wanted to do this one rather than doing our hated games, because there's been quite a lot of stuff again in the last couple of weeks. Everything's building traction for next gen. But one thing Yaf pointed out in the news, I'll let you sort of take this one because you pointed it out to me.
Yeah, so just obviously I don't really spend a lot of time on social media. But there's just a few things that popped up when I was flicking through Twitter trying to share the stuff about the charity stream. Was about a lot of abuse in Valorant towards female gamers, which I found was pretty gobsmacked actually, because you do get the odd people who troll and slobber and things like that there, but some of the things that were actually being said was actually, you know, if you said it to somebody in real life in the street, you would probably get arrested. Like, you know, it's ridiculous.
It's weird because we were actually talking about, like, I can't remember if it was the last time or one of the times before, about the whole social interaction in games and stuff. It was one of Legend's questions that he'd sent in about the whole, it was the social development or something like that. It was something to do with being sociable.
Does gaming help your social skills or something like that?
Yeah. So this kind of, we're kind of like, Jesus, like, I didn't actually see the news thing. It was Yaf had said it to me. So what type of things were like, was it like abuse, or was it?
It was proper abuse. Like, it wasn't like it was just like you're shit at games because you're a girl. It wasn't anything like that. It was proper, like, you know, sexually orientated and bad stuff. Like, you know, you wouldn't say that sort of stuff. You wouldn't say that sort of stuff if you're a decent human being. Like, but you know, you definitely, you know, obviously people just say it over the internet because they think they're not going to get caught. But I mean,
keyboard warriors. Now, usually if it's one person saying it, you'd be like, well, I mean, that just happens. But I mean, there was like, you know, 3 or 4 different girls, not all in the same sort of social group, all different, saying exactly the same thing, and it was all just around Valorant. Like it says, you know, you go into games, and a lot of people has been saying the same thing, you know, that the community in Valorant is horrendous, absolutely horrendous. But that just stood out to me, just, you know, flicking through Twitter, just, you know, obviously you see these girls and they're obviously trying to play games and just enjoy them like everyone else, and you know, can't.
You know, I think one of the girls actually uninstalled the game because of it. You know, and should never get to that point.
And no, that should never get to that point. And that's the thing is like, you know, gaming is for everyone. It's not just, you know, I know the predominant market for gaming is male, but at the same time, there is a lot of girl gamers out there. There's a lot of girls that enjoy gaming. It shouldn't matter sex, you know, sexual orientation, anything. You
Yeah.
know, you should be allowed to enjoy a game and not get abused for playing a game.
Yeah.
You know, we've talked about Valorant on this podcast a couple of times. I know your opinion is very negative towards it.
Oh, I've uninstalled
at the minute. Yeah. I haven't went back to it, to be honest. I played that one game that whenever I got my PC and got absolutely trashed in it, and haven't played it since. It isn't a game that you can play by yourself anyway, so it doesn't help that no one else plays it.
I would just, if doubt anyone from Red would be watching or listening to this, but see if you are watching or Reddit, sort your fucking community out because it's horrendous, mate. All of Red.
It's the question would be, is it like how they can sort that out? You know, is it permabanning, you know, these people, or is it well, I don't know.
It's not getting to the point where, you know, I can understand, you know, I have get really frustrated, you know, when you're playing games and somebody's not good at the game and you maybe call them like a shit noob or something like that there. But, you know, you can't really ban for that there. Maybe, you know, you could be a bit more thingy, but when you're literally attacking a person because of their, you know, being a girl or being a female, you know, you're not attacking their skill at the game, you're attacking them. I think it should just be a case of instant ban. Like, you know, at a hardware level, just, you know, boom, don't do it. That's it. You know, and ban them from all Rat services. You know, because obviously Rat only make free to play games, so it's just easy. If someone bans an account, you just go and make another account. And I would just ban them. Boom. Just don't want any of that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, like, I know a lot of all gaming companies have a different sort of approach to it. You know, like the likes of Call of Duty, they went for, or Activision, they went for a different approach with the whole cheating.
Yeah.
Instead of banning those, well, they did it at the start. They started banning people, but then they decided that it was happening too much with the PC gamers. Typical PC gamers, always cheating.
Always cheating, never sleeping, mate.
So now what they do is they put them all, if you're reported for cheating, they investigate it. Obviously, I don't know how. They must be able to go into the game and check whatever way you're connected to their client or something, and it obviously checks the code that it was connected. I don't know, but basically they investigate it, and if you're found guilty, they let the person know who reported you that yes, they've been found guilty of cheating, but also you don't get banned from the game. You get put in with all the other cheaters. I like that.
I like that as well.
I kind of like that.
That's not the first time I've heard of that. There's other games that do that too, because obviously, let's face it, right? You ain't gonna cure you're not gonna cure cheating. So you may as well just stick them all in the same lobby and get them all pissed with each other, like.
So is it one of those things that maybe Rad, instead of perma-banning people, is put all those abusive people together? Because it would be like the Call of Duty lobbies back whenever Modern Warfare 2 was out, where literally everyone was slabbering.
But let's face it, you know, people that if you're going to attack somebody because they're a certain type of person or like, you know, a certain type of sexual orientation or something like that, you know, like, I mean, you could put them all in the same lobby, but, you know, when's it going to become them where they're going to be the victim because somebody who harasses more than someone else? You know,
true.
I would just ban them. That's just it.
But... Yeah, no, yeah. To be fair, I'd agree with the banning, because at the end of the day, you know, words hurt a lot of people, and you don't know what people are going through.
That's it.
You know,
especially now, you know, it's shit.
Yeah, even more so now probably than ever. But you know, we're all aware of mental health stuff and all. So you know, you could say that one thing that really does change someone's life. So, and to be attacked because you're a girl that plays games, that's just wrong. It is just wrong. Everyone's should be allowed to enjoy gaming.
And one thing I should
having to worry about that.
Thing I should point out is, like, a lot of these girl gamers have a lot of followers, and they just weren't posting these things up in terms of just, you know, text. You know, a lot of them was posting up like Twitch recordings or like the video recordings where the person's username, and some of these girls have got, you know, we're not talking about hundreds of followers, we're talking about thousands. So, you know, it's probably, if Rat wanted to do something about it, it would probably be very easy for them just to see who done it.
Yeah. The thing is though, as well, Rat, you know, will they bother?
Probably
you know,
not.
It's one of those things. It depends on how big of the news it makes. You know, if something really bad happened, touch wood, nothing really bad happens. But
Yeah.
if something really bad came out of it, then they would be forced to do something. But as it stands, you've got some girls complaining that they're getting abused in this game. I'd wonder how seriously the company itself is actually taking it.
I don't know, they're probably too busy lying on their bed full of friggin' solid gold or something, worrying about, like, it's people fanning them on money and all. Like, they don't care. Release another skin, sure, who cares?
It'd be interesting to see their approach over the next wee while on that, especially if it sort of spirals out of control.
Yeah, because CS was pretty, obviously their voice chat and stuff wasn't great, but you never really get personally attacked. You just get called a shit noob, and that's about it.
Yeah, but that comes hand in hand with gaming,
Yeah.
does it not? Like you can't expect to play a game and not be abused if you're shit.
Yeah, but obviously, what you're saying, just to wrap it up very quickly, would be just obviously if it's going to go to a global stage of being a proper like esports game like CS and all is, I think they're really going to have to take this seriously, like. Because then it puts off, like, doesn't only put off sort of girls playing the game, it puts off anyone that might not be good at first person shooters from playing the game at all. So it puts a lot of people off playing it, which costs them money in the long term, because obviously, if people don't want to play the game because they feel like, people's going to personally attack them, they're going to lose out on buying skins and stuff. So
yeah, because I totally agree. Yeah, because they would need to cut that out if it's going to be taken seriously, or if they want to compete against the sort of big boys.
But yes, Valorant's
moving on from that. Moving on from that very serious talk. There's been lots of other stuff going on. So we were talking about the other time as well that the Xbox third-party conference was happening. No, I watched it. I know you didn't.
Well, I watched it. I didn't watch it live because I was coming home from work.
So
yes. I briefly, I think I watched the main conference, but didn't watch the developer talk at the end. I just watched all the trailers.
I didn't watch the developer talk because, to be honest, it wasn't great. I have to say it wasn't great. Now, it wasn't great in the sense that we didn't get to see probably exactly what I was expecting to see.
But you were just wanting to see the first party games, because obviously that's the you know what I mean.
But they did, and the thing is that Xbox did make us aware that this was not the first party games. They said from the start of this is third party, but I think it was more to see actual gameplay. And I think that they've got a lot of shit about this as well. And like, I love Xbox and stuff, and I think they kind of deserve it a wee bit, because they did say you're going to see gameplay. You didn't see gameplay of anything. Nothing showed gameplay. It was all in engine stuff, which gameplay technically.
But then again, you don't know if they're running on developer machines, an actual retail version of the machine, or most likely they're running on PCs, because that's I think they got slated for that a couple of years ago when before the Xbox One came out or something, or at some conference they were basically showing off this games and things like that they're playing on machines, and then when like
are you not talking about Ubisoft with Watch Dogs?
Yes, and they were saying that was off of Xbox One or PlayStation 4, but it was running on like a dual.
It was on a PC,
1080 Ti's and i9s.
And then whenever the game came out, I remember it was like completely different. It was so stripped back because the consoles couldn't do it. It was a good conference because it showed us games that are coming out, and there was a few of them that did get me excited, and there's a couple of them, I know one in particular that definitely got Yaf excited. I just wanted more gameplay. Like, the one of the main reasons I tuned in was to see Assassin's Creed, the new one, gameplay, and they just showed us an hour trailer.
But I wonder,
again, it was in engine.
Yeah, just on that thought, gameplay. I wonder, is it maybe limitations of, the way when they usually show you gameplay at an E3 conference, it's someone standing playing it. I wonder, is it maybe something limitations of maybe they threw the conference quickly together and they couldn't get footage maybe? Edited quickly, because you usually have the person standing on the side of the stage at E3 and they're usually playing it live there and then on the console.
Yeah, so I think there was a couple of things. I think that's probably a good point, but the other point would probably be is that the videos that were given by the developers. Now, they aren't Xbox Studios, so Xbox can't actually go to them and go, give us gameplay. They don't have to give it. The developer give what they wanted to give. So I know Xbox has said whenever the first party one happens here in July, because there's not July. That there will be actual gameplay at it, but that's because it's their own parties, and obviously they probably can cater that a lot better. So I don't think it's completely Xbox's fault. I think it was kind of they said gameplay, everyone was tuning in to expect gameplay. But and technically it was, but technically it's not. It's like that fine line, but it was kind of explained wrong. But out of that conference, though, as I said, there was a couple of games that did get me excited. And to be fair, nearly everything that is shown looked amazing. Like visually, like the graphics are fucking
regardless of gameplay or in-engine, it looked
In-engine looked great. Like, so we'll probably talk about the first one. We'll talk about that Yaf's really excited for the Medium. Now, I text him saying, "Go check out the Medium," because it looks class, and I knew based on what he likes, he loves Silent Hill, Resident Evil, all those type of games. When I watched the Medium, I went, "That just looks like a Silent Hill game to me."
Yeah, and I think it's actually coming out pretty soon, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's coming at launch. It'll be out at launch. And it's also the composer for the original Silent Hill games as well. So all the music scores will be done by him. So visually, that looked amazing. It looked fucked up.
Yeah, and that's what you want in a Silent Hill type game.
Yeah. It looked really good.
I actually linked it to Alex, and because he loves Silent Hill games and Resident Evil games too, and he goes, "That just sounds like Silent Hill." And he goes, "Scrap that." Yeah, it's the same composer.
Yeah, it is. It's the same composer for Silent Hill. It's kind of it didn't give a lot away, but it's following the character, the protagonist, the woman who is clearly some sort of psychic medium, but she's like fluctuating between what I would say is like the afterlife and true to life. So it looks like you'll be playing the game and it'll flick, like maybe at random moments, or she can do it herself.
Yeah, because obviously,
she's a medium.
Like Resident Evil, or not Resident Evil, sorry, Silent Hill. Obviously, you have the mode when you're walking about, and then when that, like, it switches to alternate mode and everything's fucked up. It could be like that, which I think would be better. With then switching it, to be fair.
Yeah. But it'd be interesting to see that sort of dynamic. But that game definitely that stood out to me. That was one of the main ones that stood out to me as well. I was like, that looks very good. A couple other ones that stood out. Second Extinction. Was that like a Dino Crisis-y type dinosaur survival game? Yeah. I thought it looked pretty good. It looked like it's not like a BR though. It's so you from what I could tell is you're dropped on an island with your it's a co-op game, and basically you have to fight fucking wave upon wave of dinosaurs. I don't know how long in terms of longevity, if that's going to be that exciting, or whether there is a PvP element to it. Haven't looked into it that much, but from the trailer, I thought it looked pretty good. I was like, yeah, that looks all right. It looks like it could be a bit of crack because it's what do you call it? It's coming out soon. The remaster of was it Dino Crisis?
I don't think so. I think there's been rumors that obviously because Capcom.
No, something got confirmed there not that long ago that they're remastering. Sure? Yeah, I think they are. They're remastered or they're remaking Dino Crisis.
So no, at the minute Capcom are doing, they're very they're big on the remasters at the minute because they're big hits, but
I'm pretty sure it got confirmed that it was happening. I may be wrong. I'm pretty sure I did read that somewhere.
I'm just watching something on YouTube now, but
did you not just Google it to send Dino Crisis Remake?
But it's on the 1st of April.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
1st of April. April Fool's Day.
Oh, the video? Oh, no, I know, but hold on. Let's see. Hi, there's from January.
Oh, because I'm just watching something here, but the actual graphics looks horrendous on it compared to the Resident Evil game, so it kind of makes me think that that's not running on the RE engine at all. So it looks tonk like.
But yeah, there was something in January. Apparently there was a leak. Potentially they're remaking Dino Crisis. But anyway, that's what Second Extinction kind of reminded me of. The whole dinosaur element, guns and shit like that. I thought it looked pretty good. Scorn was the other one.
That didn't give it a gameplay footage, did it? It was just more.
It was fucking weird.
Yeah.
It was very weird. I was like, what the fuck is going on? It's like these weird creatures and eyeballs and shit.
And like
very strange. But I thought it was interesting. It kind of intrigued me because just the way it really didn't give anything away.
That's the one that was only done by one guy, wasn't it?
No. The next game that we're going to talk about is done by one guy. Scorn. I don't even know who's making a lot of these games, to be honest. I haven't looked into them ever really since that. Since the sort of announcement, I've sort of watched the trailers over, but I've not really looked into them a lot more. Scorn I thought looked pretty good, and then the other one was Bright Memory Infinite, which was that Japanese shooter samurai mad game.
That's the one that showed at the start, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fucking crazy, and the visuals were fucking
unreal,
on like top form. I know again it said that is the predicted graphics, which is always makes me go, ooh, I hate when they say shit like that.
Rendered on a PC, not a console, but
that is made by one person,
which is
I thought that looked pretty good. It was different because it was like 1 minute was melee weapons, there's samurais, and then he pulls out a machine gun and just starts blasting and grenade launchers and shit. I was like, that looks pretty cool. So I'll be keeping an eye on those, but we're obviously going to be waiting till July to see the first party one. That'll be because we'll get to see Halo. You know, we really like Halo. We'll get to see Halo Infinite, hopefully, and that's the thing I'm most excited for because I don't know what that is.
Anyone does?
I don't. No one does, but everyone assumes that it's not Halo 6 because it's not called Halo 6. You know, they've numbered every single Halo, so
yeah, I would just like to see a Destiny that's actually good. So, you know,
see that we were talking about this while we were playing Halo, that Yav thinks possibly maybe it's a Destiny-esque game, but Halo. It's like 343's version.
Yeah, because obviously Destiny, the process behind it, and you remember when it first came out, we were speculating about it was going to be phenomenal, like, which to be fair, it was okay, but it just boring really fast. And you know, I honestly think a lot of people blame Activision for it, but with seeing the current state of Destiny 2 and they're not under Activision, kind of makes me think that just Bungie just can't make multiplayer games. But
they did.
But not like multiplayer RPG, open world-ish type games. But I mean the idea of it is phenomenal, you know, with the way it like sort of like the stuff, but it's just the actual when they brought it out just wasn't great.
Execution.
So the execution was terrible. So I would like to see if 343 can do it better, and obviously in the Halo universe, you know, it'd be good.
Halo has a massive universe. Like Yaf has now seen what all this stuff. You know, Halo has so much lore. There's books. There's a lot of stuff to Halo. It has so much to work with. But the thing was with Destiny as well is that when I played it, it reminded me of Halo. Like I felt like I was just playing like a Halo ripoff a wee bit.
There was obviously just guns that looked the same as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because you were saying that you were actually, when we were playing Halo, you were like, this is like a gun in Destiny.
Yeah,
you know, they've clearly just took some things and kind of morphed them a wee bit. And
it's the way they have like the ammo count on a lot of the guns. You know, the way like I think it was like Halo 1 was the first time they have like the ammo count on the gun for any game.
On the assault rifle.
Yeah, and obviously a lot of their guns has that and stuff like that in Destiny. So obviously they made it, so you can't really say they're ripping it off.
Yeah. And they're obviously, you know, it was their idea. It was they executed it. They can use it as much as they want, but. I'll be excited to see Halo Infinite. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can do. A lot of people think that it will have a BR mode, which actually I wouldn't be like upset about. I actually think a Halo BR could be very fucking good.
Till someone comes and puts an energy sword up your ass, and then you'll be like, "This game's broke."
but at the same time, how much crack would you be having? You know, like. There's a lot of weapons and cool weapons to work with in that game, and you know, obviously the fact that you have shields, and you know, if you did have vehicles in it, you know, you've got the wraiths and the scorpion tanks, and you know,
flipping warthogs.
Flipping warthogs, ghosts flying everywhere, banshees. That could be epic. It could be fucking amazing if they do it right. I'd actually be kind of excited to play that, because imagine dropping like in the ODST pods, like
Yeah.
then getting kind of like you do in Cycle, like that
Yeah,
drop,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
and it bust open, and I think that'd be class. I really do think that'd be really good. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll find out in July. On the flip side, PlayStation have been silent until yesterday, or the day before.
Oh, you talking about the leaks or?
No, the Unreal 5 engine thing.
Oh yeah.
This is the first sort of contact, I suppose, is the best way to put it, that we've had from Sony. Well, it wasn't even from Sony; it was from fucking Epic. The they done the tech demo of Unreal Engine 5, which,
Looked phenomenal.
yes, looks absolute, like there's no doubt, looks phenomenal. The only thing, obviously, that as soon as I seen it, it's a tech demo. We've seen countless tech demos, and we never get those graphics. Maybe even on that generation. Like if you go back and watch on, like I was literally saying to Yaf before we started, if you watch Unreal Engine 4's tech demo of the Elemental, the big like fucking guy with the sword and he's like big horns and he's fire and everything, those graphics now are kind of only here now, and that was like fucking 7 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, you
know
could
what I mean?
probably stick that on Unreal 5. Like, I mean, if I just say, for instance, they were to render that and let you play it as like a wee playable demo for 30 seconds in a game or on the PC, PCs nowadays would probably struggle to play that.
Yeah,
at
this is
full
what
graphics,
I'm saying. This is what I'm saying is that the tech demo obviously shows what the technology can do, but it's a visual demo. It's not playable. When you add a playable element to it and the mechanics of playable, that's when it changes.
It's all that AI in the background. The CPU has to calculate all their responses and things like that.
Whereas, you watch all the cutscenes of every game, and now, like cutscenes for games and videos, like you watch that new Assassin's Creed trailer, looks phenomenal. Like the facial, like the uncanny valley, as they call it, where it's like they've got to a point now where it's nearly in this, you can't pick between what's real and what's not. They can make faces so realistic now in games and films that you wouldn't be able to tell if you had two pictures beside each other. It's very hard to tell what's real and what's not. But that's what that tech demo is. It's a tech demo. It shows you what the technology can do, but it's not playable.
Yeah, I think what they were sort of getting at was obviously showing the graphics of maybe what the Unreal 5 engine can do on consoles and things like that. But obviously, to give it to them, they were talking about the technology behind their SSDs.
Yeah,
saying they were pretty
Sony's SSDs. Yeah,
impressive. So that's good, because hopefully that's maybe obviously bringing consoles to what PCs had for a long time is decent speed hard drives. So obviously you get that very
but
little
the difference is
no loading times and stuff like that.
Well, the difference with this Sony one is that it's custom. There's actually never, the PCs don't even have this. This is a new thing that apparently a lot of developers are very excited about. That's why also, if you actually see anything about the PlayStation, then the specs, that they have weird sizes. So it's like 856
I've seen that.
gig and 1.65 terabyte. It's because of this custom SSD. It's something to do with the way it's the architecture of it is.
The way they allocate bits and things like that there.
Yeah. So it can't be a certain number. Obviously, as time goes on and they develop it, they'll make it better. Because do you not remember, like, when SSD first came about, it was like, was it not like 256?
Well, no, 256 like are normal ones, because obviously when you're obviously me doing a bit of like stuff on this on uni, obviously if you think of the way I think it's done in like the sort for powers of 2. So and obviously when you're talking about things like that, there is going to go obviously 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, blah blah blah, and that's why memory sort of follows that, because obviously it's the I think it's the powers of 2. If I probably could be wrong, like, but so obviously it's the way they do it. But obviously I think when it comes to things that they can never make it exact, because obviously if you think of 1 gigabyte isn't 1 gig, it's 1024 megabytes, so they can't make it. It's whatever way they do the count. So obviously when you're getting to those high terabytes, it's not going to be exact. So
it's slightly off, but yeah,
yeah,
the Sony one seems to be way off. Like it's not really sort of, they're not actually sizes that we've kind of seen before. They're very obscure, which is obviously to do with whatever they've done to customize them.
yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. You know, both the consoles are running new technology. Obviously the main thing that a lot of people are worrying about is price. Now
You
with
linked
me
me
and Yav's
something.
actually been reading. Yeah, what?
You linked me this, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. So there's been a lot of talk that Xbox, the reason Xbox have shown all the stuff but haven't announced the price, everyone believes is because they're waiting to see what Sony does. Because Sony have been silent. Sony haven't really shown anything. They showed us a controller like a couple of months ago, which we've talked about this. I don't like it. But the there's basically based on Sony's spec and the fact that they don't make a lot of the stuff in house. There was a thing I found that a rumor is that the starting price of the Sony PlayStation 5 is going to be 450 quid, which is quite steep. And that's for the 850 gigabyte hard drive. And there's going to be an alternative version of 1.65, which is what terabyte, which is what we've been just talking about. And it's going to be 550, which for a console is steep. Like it is steep. You know, Xbox got trashed whenever it was 400. What was it? 420.
430, yeah, 429 or something.
429,
Yeah.
429. Yeah, that was it. 429. But it obviously came with a Kinect and stuff. That was Xbox argument behind that, is that it came with a camera. And although the Kinect got trashed, that was still a really fucking high piece of equipment.
Again,
It was
just
one of the best fucking camera things, like that infrared and all, and it was amazing.
it's
Like
just
it was really.
it's just like obviously the argument we have about the PlayStation 4 controllers, that fucking touchpad, brilliant technology. It's just that no developer seems to be interested in making games for it. That's just pretty much it.
Exactly. And the thing is, they found other uses for it, which is great because it was a really big high. You know, it's used in like manufacturing and all now, which is really good. You know, that we're able to find some other use for it because it was a really good bit of tech.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the starting price of the PlayStation is 450, which I think that's a lot of money. Like for a games console.
I mean, when you take
What were we
into
gonna say?
account, get this right before I say this very quickly. I mean, when you take into account, right, a terabyte solid state, and I'm talking about a decent one here, we're not talking about like a shitty one. You know, you're talking like £100 for a Samsung one, maybe upwards of maybe 150 for a M.2, like for a decent branded one. So I mean, you can sort of, if they're doing custom things,
Oh
or
yeah, no,
you know, you can probably
I get
understand
it.
the price of that. But I mean, in a console, you know, you're pushing sort of
Environment.
budget sort of PCs that can run arguably exactly the same stuff but better. You know, when you go to that
Yeah.
£500 mark, you know, you're may as well just get a PC.
Yeah, see, this is the thing: is that you start to outprice your market a wee bit, and I know consoles, well, especially Xbox, are trying to bridge the gap between consoles and PCs and stuff like that, and they're trying to make it a wee bit more of a
Both are with the whole AMD
yeah,
architecture and all. You know, they're both. It's getting
yeah.
to that
But
point.
Sony aren't embracing the PC side. They're kind of going, we're making a Sony PC, and we're not really caring about everything else. Whereas I feel that
Sorry.
Xbox are trying to make a united community. You know, Sony are not interested at all in uniting communities. But £450 for a console is steep. But the rumor is that Xbox are going to undercut them by 60 or 50 quid by going 399, which, to be fair, would be huge, especially considering it's a more powerful console.
I think that's a solid. 399 is a good price. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
That's kind of what I expected.
Yeah.
To be honest, now they both could come in and they could be 500 quid or something. You know, this is all speculation. It's literally, it's just you're going by what you read. But the one thing that and you linked me the news article of how Xbox are marketing the new one.
Well, Xbox don't really care on if you buy a Series X. They don't. All they want is for you to, obviously, like any company, is to use their
one of their products.
Use one of their products, use their services. You know, buy the games,
Yep.
Whether first party or third party games. You know, Xbox Live Gold and Game Pass. You know, because that's obviously what they're pushing. Because obviously, when we talked in one of our last podcasts about the 10 million subscribers, you know, that must be making them an absolute mint. So obviously, when it comes to the point where the consoles are first coming out, obviously Sony or Microsoft's going to make a loss. It's like Sony did on the PlayStation 4, they're going to make a loss.
Yep.
So obviously that's probably why they're not pushing it out too much, because obviously then maybe by the time when they get a lot of good collection of games, they want people to buy Series X's maybe in the first year of it. Obviously, and then maybe the price would get reduced as well from $399 to whatever else it is. You know, if that's what's going to be at.
That's what as well is a really good point in the sense that, you know, Sony, whenever the PlayStation 5 comes out, that's the PlayStation 5. There's going to be no, you know, you have to upgrade basically. They're sort of pushing you to upgrade to the next console. It's all new stuff. Xbox are doing it different. They're doing the Series X is coming out, but you can still play with people who have an Xbox One, an Xbox One S, an Xbox One X. No divide. That was the one thing that I found hard at the start when I got an Xbox One, is a lot of my mates didn't upgrade from their 360, and I was kind of playing by myself.
Yeah.
You know, you could there was no cross, you know, there's no cross platforming. Whereas this time Xboxer went, you know what, we're not going to divide our community. You know, we're going to release a console that people might not be able to afford or might not want to get initially, but we're going to make sure that they can all play together and keep everything together. And then the thing is that you can't only just play on the Xbox consoles, you can play on people on PC now as well. Like, that is genius to me, in the sense that it just broadens their horizon. It means that they literally can invite any person to buy their games.
And I think
they're really pushing PC as well.
And I think that's a real smart thing to do and push more now, as of the situation in, with people being laid off. You know, people only getting 80% or 60% of their salary and furlough, you know, because obviously people's not going to be able to afford it with not working and stuff at the minute. So, I mean, using your current system, still playing the new games, because obviously Microsoft is still supporting third-party and first-party games on both Series X, Xbox One and PC, you know, for probably the foreseeable 2 years, I'd imagine, before they start stopping support for that once the console comes out, you know, because obviously that stops support for the other consoles at some point in time. But
you know, well, you would imagine, I would imagine that, you know, but it might be one of those phased ones where they go, right, we're stopping support for the One, and then the S, and then the X. You know, they might do that, because the X is still a fucking really good console. Like, I love mine. I will be trading it in to get a Series X, like, whenever that comes out, because I'll be getting it. There's no doubt in my head that I'll be getting it, but I'll be getting it.
Yeah.
But their marketing strategy, very, very, very smart at the minute. We need to see more. I think Sony are missing a real opportunity, to me, in the sense that everyone is at home playing their consoles. Why not try and get some hype going? You know, get some hype going, get people excited about your console. The rumor is that they're going to have a thing this next month.
I would, if I was them, obviously with all the stuff happening with around Last of Us and all, I'd be giving away Last of Us free, the remastered edition, to all their PlayStation subscribers. You know, what do they call that?
Well,
Plus, is it?
Yeah. Well, what they did do, they give away Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 for free to everyone, not just people in PlayStation Plus. I got it.
Is it still on?
Till today.
I'm gonna have to get the PlayStation update. It'll probably take about 3 weeks to do that, because I've been turned on in 6 months.
I think it was the 16th of May. Yeah, Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. They give them for free. I was playing them. So it was. I thought that was a good.
Awesome,
you know, and it's not a shit title either. You know, it's not like they're giving away one of their crap ones. They're giving away one of their biggest titles.
But obviously, to get people hyped for this Last of Us, because maybe I'm just saying this because I want to play the game, but they want to pay for it. So, you know, if you want to give it free, I'll hype it up, like, you know what I mean.
It might drop in price now because the second one's coming out.
Well, no, it was $14.99 for the remaster on PlayStation 4 from the store. It was either $14.99 or £25.
That's well worth it. It's well worth it. Yeah, it's well worth it. Yeah, because you're gonna have to let us know what you thought of Last of Us. The next one's out in a month.
Gonna have to get that played. I will stream it when I can be bothered, but I will get that sorted.
Yeah, I'll be streaming the second one, and I decided I'm gonna get that Ghosts of Tsushima in July, because I need games to keep me occupied, because there's only so much you can fucking replay stuff. But yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, talking about the streaming aspect, you were actually talking about a real plus for Mixer that you said to me the other day.
Yeah, so I follow quite a lot of the Mixer streamers online, obviously, and sort of support the community and things like that as being a Mixer streamer. And a lot of the big streamers and even sort of the medium ones were pointing a massive influx in traffic to the platform. So, ones that are usually getting, I don't know, I'm just random numbers here. So, someone was getting 200 on average viewers a day. They were reporting that they were near getting 1,000. Like, there was an insane amount of traffic. Now, there's a couple of things that people have highlighted could be the possibility. The last time something like this happened was pre Ninja. So this is before Ninja moved over the platform, and it was apparently Mixer putting bots on to test the sort of, basically, to make sure that it can hold enough people and things like that, and that the platform wouldn't shit the bed whenever he moved across, because he was going to bring quite a lot of people with him. So that under that train of thought, they're thinking that there's someone new coming to Mixer.
Rampant about, well, something I personally hate, like, but fair play if he does move over would be Summit1G, because apparently he's leaving Twitch.
Yeah, so Yaf, see, I didn't know that either. And yeah, once I told Yaf that story, he had said that someone had apparently announced that he was leaving Twitch.
Or I don't know if it was announced or if it was rumors, because Gavin told me about it, apparently, because obviously he streams on Twitch, so he's going to know about that. And that's obviously them losing another, 40 or 50k viewer every time they stream type person. So.
And this is the thing, is that, it's these are the small wins that Mixer are taking at the minute. If they can sort of obviously they've paid Ninja to come across, and I'm assuming they did the paid Shroud to come across as well. But it's whether they've actually paid for Summit to come across, or he's actually just moving of his own accord. Because the one thing about everything is that when Ninja moved across, he brought obviously ridiculous amount of viewers with him. There's people that will always watch Ninja, so they're going to go wherever he goes. But there was also medium to small streamers also going, fuck, he's moving, maybe I should move too. So then they're moving as well. Same thing happened with Shroud. Shroud moved across, brought over X amount of viewers, and then other people were like, fuck, now Shroud and Ninja have moved. Maybe Mixer's the better option for me now. So they've got some more moving across. So these are really small wins, because obviously Twitch is the bigger platform. Twitch is arguably the biggest streamer in the world. Being Dr. Disrespect obviously being one of them. He's a massive streamer. He brings in the numbers huge. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon.
Pretty much any major esports tournament is hosted there.
Twitch, yeah. And this is the thing, is that Xbox might be looking at trying to push Mixer a lot more that direction, especially whenever they get a lot more, maybe Halo. Who knows?
Well, Halo esports would be good. I think maybe to get the platform for that built up, I think they should maybe try to poach something like Rainbow Six. They'll not get Riot over, and they'll probably not get CS. So maybe something like Rainbow Six, maybe even, because WoW is primarily streamed when they're doing their Mythic Plus runs and their arena. I think it's streamed on YouTube. It's not streamed on Twitch. Maybe they could poach Activision over with them. So I don't know, but I think before they do that, they would need to maybe poach over a big esports game to obviously test to see what amendments they need to make to their platform to make it, because at the minute it isn't very esporty friendly, compared to the way Twitch has a lot of add-ons, because in CS now you can see every individual person's camera from a control room. They have a control room.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've watched
and
that.
And you can watch the score and the map and the so there's a lot that Mixer has to do. So I think they should maybe try to poach a big esports game over, and obviously see how it works, so they can maybe cater that around Halo to try to make it an esport. But that's another talk for another time.
Yeah, but the whole Mixer traffic anyway. So there's potential that someone else is moving across. So who knows who it can be. It'd be it's interesting. It's always interesting, the fact that a streamer will move across. You'd wonder why. You wonder now why.
I always want to know, is it, I can't always be about the money. I can't always, because even Ninja said, yes, he got paid a lot of money, million or whatever it was, but he just said he wasn't happy. And I'm sure,
Shroud said something similar, and this is the thing, is that is it them just saying, wasn't happy, to make an excuse that, because I got paid fucking shit tons of money, or were they not happy? Was there a reason? Is there like a pecking order on Twitch now? Because it seems that Doctor Disrespect gets a lot of stuff. He's got he's the Twitch fucking advert.
Well,
Have you seen it?
It was yeah. Well, you think at the start it was Ninja, right? And then it obviously Shroud got a lot of traction, and then obviously there's till now, and now it's them two have lost or left. Especially with Valorant and stuff. And Summit got a lot more views than Doc. And then obviously maybe he's not happy with the way that happened, and that's why he wants to move over. And then obviously because Doc said pretty much that he probably won't change because he'd be stupid to change with everyone else leaving.
Yeah,
he's the only person there.
He admitted though that he had conversations with Mixer.
Okay.
Like they invited him out to Seattle and stuff, and they obviously were in talks, but he turned them down. But it shows that Mixer are out there kind of putting out feelers and trying to get people to maybe come across, which they're good moves, they're smart moves because obviously they're bringing more traffic. But it'll be interesting to see what the traffic is, if what it means, more so what it actually means. Like last night, I was playing Gears Tactics, and I noticed I got a lot more views. Did you see that?
Yeah, you were sitting at about 8 comfortably most of the time, and people talking.
And then it was jumping up to maybe 12 and stuff. And I'm a small streamer, and I'd be happy with 8 people in my fucking thing every day.
And it's not as if for some reason my internet tiny DC'd, but I never realized you were still streaming, but your chat timed out. And then when I refreshed the screen, you actually had a lot of conversations on it. So it wasn't as if people were just sitting not talking. People were talking.
There was a couple of people talking and stuff. So
that's what you want.
Yeah, that is what you want, and it's good for building a community. But is this part of this whole new influx of traffic and stuff? It'll be it'll be good to see if there's more sort of people coming across. If it's just Summit or maybe more, who knows?
Yeah. Just on that note, just when I was just thinking about something there on the top of my head, the way sort of Shroud and Ninja and Mixer maybe only get between sort of 7 and maybe 15k viewers depending on what game they're playing. The way obviously on Twitch they'll be getting 40. I wonder are these more realistic numbers? Because obviously people who want to watch Ninja will only want to watch Ninja, and same with Shroud. So I wonder, is Twitch maybe, doing something with their numbers? Because obviously, if obviously they're boasting... Because
there was the whole thing about bots and stuff. You says that there's a lot of Twitch bots things like that. So
I know personally from a service point of view because I actually used them once. It wasn't bots. It was obviously you pay a website and they put your stream on the bottom of a web page. That's a quite popular web page. So obviously you're getting real views, but obviously no one's really watching your stream. You're just doing it for the view count. So I wonder is Twitch maybe doing something with their numbers to make it look like people's getting, because obviously arguably Shroud and Ninja aren't out of pocket at all. So
no.
And they're over half of they've lost over half their viewer base if you're looking at viewer numbers.
Yeah, well, Ninja saying that Ninja's losing a lot more because he's refusing to play Fortnite. I actually tuned into him the other day.
I respect that.
He's been playing a lot of Valorant, and in his chat, people are going, play Fortnite, play Fortnite. I don't like this game. And he literally said, I don't care. I'm not playing Fortnite. And I respect that.
Yeah, I think
if he's not happy playing a game, why should he play it?
I think maybe that was a whole part and parcel of Twitch as well. Maybe, because obviously, you play Fortnite because when you play Fortnite, you get fucking 50k, 60k views. There was a point where he was near 100, wasn't he? When this new season and all came out. So it was they're fucking Epic Games, you have to play that game, you're contracted, and Twitch is we'll throw extra money in if you play that game. So fair enough if I respect that,
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be one that I'd watch a lot of, but he's been very against changing up what he's been playing. He's kind of wanting to play what he wants, what
gaming's all about.
He should. Yeah, So there has been a lot going on the last couple of weeks. I think we've been talking for a good bit over an hour. There's been loads of topics, so that's kind of why I want to do this one, because there was a lot in the news, and kind of wanted to talk about it because we'll talk about it in 2 weeks' time. It's not in the news anymore, nor it's something else that'll have happened.
So we might have another leak.
Yeah, who fucking knows? Who knows? So all being well, we will be doing the games that we hate in the next one, and we'll make sure that the next one is on time. So we will get it recorded earlier in the week, and I'll get it edited. The plan is also to have a new intro. So hopefully at the start of this video, you'll have seen a new intro, all being well.
If not, next video.
Yeah, if not the next video, but I am going to literally sit right now and make an intro. So I hope you liked it.
Yeah, I kind of come up with this idea where we're wanting to take the piss out of a certain company, but we can't say it because, you know, they have bigger lawyers than me. I don't have any lawyers.
But yeah. So I hope you like the new intro. You can send us a message if you did. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be us for this week. We'll be back again in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, that's pretty much it, isn't it? That's really we do have more questions and stuff that's been sent into us, and we will get those answered. We'll do those next time as well. So there's only a few more.
Yeah, on that note as well, anyone wants to send us any questions, anything like that there, Lee'll remember to stick the links in the bottom of the YouTube video this time.
Oh yeah.
So we'll get that on sorted. Maybe we can do some on-screen type thing. I don't know, but yes.
Send even if you're watching it on YouTube, send it on comment the question. You know, whatever you do in terms of the questions, I'll get them and then I'll collate them all into one area so that we'll have them all in, because we basically have a document that we share. So any questions and stuff, I'm going to share them on the document so we can both see them. So
and we do look at it.
Yeah, we do. So just send us the questions whatever way. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, whatever you want. But yeah, if you can like and subscribe and also share the podcast, we would really appreciate it as well. Whether it's YouTube or through whatever listening platform that you're currently listening to this on. But yeah, that's all from me. What about you?
Yeah.
You got anything else to say?
No, I'm sweet. Thank you for listening.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm sweet. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.